What's up, guys? Crazy Black 108 here, and I'm back again this week to do another review on Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Today, I'm doing a review on yesterday's episode. Came out on Saturday, Shades of Reason, I believe the name was. Yeah, and one thing I kind of want to point out before I actually get into the review, I'm gonna make this a video response to filmmaker Mike. I saw he just did he didn't do a review on it, but he just was talking about how much he loved the episode and stuff. And I'm gonna be making a video response for a couple reasons. One, I kind of want to get back out there and known like the Star Wars community that technically I'm quote unquote back. But filmmaker Mike, I don't know if you remember me. This is from years ago, back when you were smaller, like way smaller. I remember back when you first started, and I was smaller in both terms of height and popularity on YouTube. I was Jedi Master 10/17/96. I remember I was doing Star Wars figure reviews. This was when I was real younger. I don't know, my collection looks semi the same. Packaging, well, not packaging wise, but mass wise, it's pretty much the same. But anyway, I just wanted to bring that up in the video, so hopefully you'll let me be a video response, and hopefully you'll watch this first part of it. And this thing will have spoilers in it though, unlike yours from Maker Mike. Yours, you just kind of gave like your thoughts. You didn't spoil anything. In case anyone wants to know what's going to happen in the episode, I'm going to spoil it. I'm going to give my thoughts on everything that happens in this episode, basically. So on to the actual review now. So basically, in this review, in this episode, it was pretty crazy. I mean, it starts off like most of the episode previews we get now. It's from the beginning of the episode, and so Maul is talking to Vizsla about going and taking over Mandalore. And so basically they put that plan into action. They have the Black Sun along with the other species start coming in and attacking different locations on Mandalore, and basically it gives the people an uproar. And Santine, who is a pacifist, she's like, we don't want to use violence against them. So she's thinking it's Death Watch, but technically it is them, but in the people's eye it's not them. And so Death Watch goes through and they capture Savage, and they go through all this process of ridding Mandalore of and making Vizsla look like a hero. And there's a lot of action going through the episode, and there all this different turmoil going in between where Santine's like, well now, like after everything goes down to where they capture Savage and one of the Black Sun leaders, they say, now we have, we found the criminals, we've stopped this war that's happening on Mandalore, and we've, brought peace back to Mandalore. And it was just showing that how strong Vizsla was, and so they took over. And so Satine then gets put in jail because of Vizsla's, I, Vizsla's, wanted to get her out of there, and he becomes I think it was Prime Minister of Mandalore. And so then he brings Maul in, and then basically has Maul get captured and says, your vision with Kenobi and stuff, yeah, Kenobi will be dealt with, but no, because you're not going to be involved with this taking or Mandalore thing and putting you in jail. So he puts Maul in jail with Savage, and they're in the same cell. And Maul is in there just talking to Savage like, well, we need to work with what we have here, and get something. And Savage being impatient, it's like, well, then, let's just break out of here. And he's like, patience, he said, Vizsla's put us around the perfect situation where we have all the leaders that were on Mandalore are now imprisoned here with us. And so Maul's like, I want a tour of this facility. And one of the Death Watch Death Watch members was guarding, the prison, and he was telling him to shut up, and Savage just uses the Force, just brings it in on himself. It's almost like if you could imagine being in a room like the game The Force Unleashed, and when the Sith Prince or Glacial Merrick, he pulls in with the Force, he gathers all the guns and just lets it explode all out. Basically, that's kind of like what Savage did. And I mean, that Death Watch member's dead, of course. And so they walk around, they find Satine, and Satine, straight up calls them off monsters. And Maul's calm, and he's going through the procedures, and Satine basically gives all the information that he needed in that Almec, which is the other member. I think it was either last season or season 3 that we saw him involved, and where he got put in jail. There's a conspiracy going on with him trying to mess up the stuff with on Mandalore, and how and then he was trying to say to Satine though earlier how what I was doing was good. I kept the crime off. The main reason your pacifist ideas were able to work was because I was buying those weapons in the black market and stuff. So anyway, though Satine says, "Oh, he's as corrupt as Vizsla," and then Maul's like, "Oh, that's all I need." And then he goes and he basically talks to Almec. He says, we can take over Mandalore and we can make you the new prime minister." He was saying, and then he's like, "Well, wait, but what about Vizsla?" And Maul's like, "I'll challenge Vizsla to a one-on-one match." And since him being a soldier and a warrior, if I defeat him in front of his troops, he will have no choice but to surrender to me. So then we go to Maul, Maul and Savage breaking into I'm just gonna call it was basically Satine's palace, break in there, and as soon as Maul gets in the door, it's like, I challenge you to a one-on-one fight, you versus me, man to man, and whoever stands to be will rule Mandalore. And this is where this episode gets intense. Never in this whole series has a lightsaber battle been so intense to me. The last lightsaber battle that I could find that was this season was the one between Ahsoka and Grievous, which was pretty intense. But the last one I really enjoyed was the one between Anakin and Dooku. This might have been season 4, could have been season 3, I'm not quite sure. But it was the one on Naboo. And he was trying to get away with... this was last season because Obi-Wan still had like the serum or whatever where he had faked his death. And that duel was pretty cool because it just got so intense and stuff. It was really cool fight. But this fight, oh my goodness, Vizsla didn't go down without a fight. I kind of wish there could have been that moment where Maul would try to cut him, and wouldn't have cut through the Mandalorian armor because of the fact that I think it's impervious to lightsabers, the chest plate itself. That would have been cool. But man, just going at him, it was a melee fight, a lightsaber battle. Maul was close to dying multiple times. He even got cut straight across his face. Vizsla lightsaber pulls out dual pistols. Like Jango Fett starts shooting at him, ducking, rolling, using the jetpack. Flame for not rope but the wire. He wraps around Maul's legs. Maul breaks it with the lightsaber. Vizsla dark saber skills. The thing is, the cool other thing too is when you look at the fight, Maul is more refined. Vizsla was still good, but he was more ragged. His moves weren't as clean cut as Maul's were. I'm not gonna lie. There was the one moment after he loses his jetpack, and this is towards the very end of the fight, when he just pulls the dark saber. Like he starts running at him. It was it was almost comical to me because his head, it was a quick scene, with a ball head. It just looked funny because he's like but no, he comes in and uses the lightsaber and the glass shards go up towards Maul, and then Maul disarms him, flips him, punches him once, knocks him down. Vizsla tries to get back, hits him again, and knees him in the face. And I don't know what happened. It almost looked like a tooth came out, or if it was spit. Something came out of his mouth when Maul kneed him in the mouth. Man, looked like that girl on the bus. If anyone knows about that video. Nah, but all jokes aside, Maul then grabs a darksaber, and Vizsla just submits. He says something like only the strongest warrior will survive. And Maul, it kind of pans away if this is the scene right here, and right in the middle is where Maul and Pre Vizsla are at. It pans this way as Maul cuts Vizsla's head off, clean off. And then I don't know if this was on the episode on Cartoon Network or this was just online, but then when Vizsla's body kind of rolls down the stairs, you see the steam coming from his body, where the head's just gone. And then Maul's like, I am now the supreme ruler of Mandalore. And then Bo-Katan and about 3 other Death Watch members decide, no, we won't join you. But everyone else is like, no, we're joining. And so she calls them traitors, and then Maul's just like, I'm sorry, but history will not see it that way. Unfortunately for you, and he says execute them, and they escape. I mean, they start. She kills the person right off the bat. She's leaving. They exit out, and then Almec gets instated as the prime minister, and then Maul's just sitting on the throne, just plotting his next move. And I mean, it just action-wise, this episode was crazy, just absolutely crazy. But I mean, but Sam Witwer, his voice acting as Maul is fantastic. As like, I mean, for a guy that only had like a couple lines of dialogue, what was it? Like a last something. It was something, At last we at last we will reveal ourselves to the Jedi. At last we will enact our plan, or it was something like that. Was from episode 1, but for that to be like the only lines you have of Maul ever until the Clone Wars, and then just it's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. I can't wait to see what happens next week. I'm pumped. I'm excited. Is this arc going to be 3 or 4 more episodes long? I don't know how long this arc is. I feel like it's a 5 week long episode. But man, going crazy right now. Just crazy with this episode. It was a crazy episode. Maul, Sam Witwer's Maul is fantastic. Just, oh man, he's voiced him. He's voiced the Star Killer or Galen Merrick. He's voiced the Son. His voice acting with some Sith. He does a really good job. As Maul, I really like his like the voice that he has from Maul. Even though it sounds like him, it still has that, just like that tone of darkness to it. But he's really good at giving out like the darkness and Sith. So that was just crazy. It's awesome. This episode was awesome, guys. Can't wait for next week. I'll get you all a review hopefully out next week on Saturday. Yesterday I woke up a little. Yesterday I had the thing to do at my school, so I caught like the first like 18 to 20 minutes of the episode. And I had to leave knowing with a show on TV, it's a 30-minute long with commercials in between. But that was intense. That was an intense episode. And then if you watch the commentary on StarWars.com, Dave Filoni goes on to say that has to be the best lightsaber battle we've ever had on the show. Until next episode. I'm like, what? So his next episode I know is not gonna be the Maul and Savage versus Sidious. It can't be. Because you still have to have the war on Mandalore, with them taking Mandalore back over. I don't know if Maul's gonna have that helmet with like the spikes coming out of it, whatever, like his actual head. I don't know, but awesome episode, guys. I really hope y'all enjoy this review. I hope y'all stick with me and keep on watching each week. So thank y'all for watching my episode, and until next time, may the Force be with you. Peace.